the Baha'i faith, there's this concept about tests and difficulties, and that tests and difficulties are sent to us as a bounty. And we're even asked in some really prayers that make me outraged to be grateful for our tests and thank you, God, for this test, and that's really the highest point of spiritual, enlightenment, is to be just so grateful for the vicissitudes, because they grow our souls. And the whole purpose of this life from the Baha'i mythology is a little different than Christian, but it's similar in a lot of ways too, is we are in these fleshy soul growing machines for, 70, 80, 90 years if we're lucky. And those divine qualities that we've been speaking about, humility and patience, kindness, love, we're taking those with us. But it's the tests that really grow those qualities. And it's like going to the gym. When you're doing this with weights, you're literally ripping up the fibers of the muscle so it regrows stronger and bigger. You can tell I do a lot of work around that.
I felt it was hard to almost listen because I was awed.
Yeah, and odd. So in this construct, you've gone to hell and back again. You're in remission, you're in recovery, you're doing great, you're teaching, you're momming, you're wifing, you're traveling, you're uplifting, podcasting, bestsellering, right and left, bringing your wisdom, strength, experience, light that you gained going through this. But is that a bunch of bullshit, really? Is it like...
I love this question so much.
Yeah.
This, I think, is one of the most interesting questions we get to ask ourselves.
Oh, goody.
I do.
I asked a good question.
Well,
Hear that? Kartik, did you say I can do it? Okay.
I think I really agree with half of what you said.
Okay.
Which is there is an uncommon, unduplicatable wisdom that comes from suffering. We're just really trying to take the terrible things that happen to us and metabolize it into something that can be still beautiful and then maybe more beautiful. Like I was talking to a mom the other day who lost both her sons, and she said, oh my gosh, she was so lovely. She said, well, it's hard because everywhere I go, there's a reminder, or it's a birthday, or it's I met somebody else's grandkid's baby shower, and she said, and then every memory I reach for, there's like a little tear, I can just tell it's like tearing at my heart. So it will have to regrow. And like, I loved the idea that it's like regrowing into a different shape. And every little micro tear is also a way, because of what she's doing and the way she's trying to be in the world, can grow still into something beautiful. It won't be better. It will never be as good as her having her sons. And like, this is the strange way in which it is, I think it's very bad math. It's very bad math to say suffering plus anything equals virtue. Because there's no math there. We can't say true things about loss, about things that can never be recovered, and say that we can't say worth it. I mean, we just can't use any additive words. But what we can say, I think, is that there can be a shocking beauty and a progress that happens in our own souls as a result, in which we do say, I don't know if I'd ever say thank you, but I would say, God, you are showing me so many things. But if I could go back, I would absolutely give every bit of it up and be a lovely, medium delusional historian.
With a kid,
with an intact abdomen and a great prognosis.
The Soul Boom Podcast. Subscribe now on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you get your stupid podcasts.